Hello and welcome to the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. Today a doubleheader as Matt Taylor takes on Dan Castle in the D Division, D South, and in C South, Ashlee Breton takes on Ryan Preus. These matches are not head-to-head as you see here. The comparisons are not head-to-head, so Breton and Taylor are bowling in their respective matches. Breton starts with a 4-7. And Matt Taylor, the half-wister. Both home bowlers, Dan Castle and Ryan Preus, elected to go second in their matches, giving them the idea of where their competition is at before they start their boxes. 5 boxes at a time, and we bowl 5 strings. Contrary to score display. Nine box for Breton. And a 6. Taylor chisels out some more pins. Breton gets a 1-2-7. Matt Taylor, 6-9-10, the triangle. Breton slices it into the 1-2 for a spare, her first. Ashlee Breton was recently featured on an episode of Ripping the Rack podcast hosted by Tim Matero, Calvin Locke, and Brian Atherd. You can find Ripping the Rack on YouTube and wherever you find your usual podcast. Great interview with her and with Brittany Underwood and Matt Nichols. That's the latest episode, worth your while. Matt Taylor pins out the triangle well and gets 10. If I understand correctly, I believe Ashlee is a wrong way triangle. That looks like the 5-6-9. No, it's a 3-6-10, excuse me. Just a 6-10, unless the wood rolls back. Not, you might. Taylor, yes, the wood sends in. Taking advantage of the break. So after 7 on that, Ashlee ends up with at 9. Two more boxes for each of them, and then we'll see the home bowlers. Check mark left side for Breton. Ashlee spelled A-S-H-L-E-E. Both of these two, Ashlee and Matt, are employed here at Ryan Family Amusements in Millis, Massachusetts, which is where we're doing our bowling today. In fact, all 4 bowlers do their ACST home matches out of here. We just had to designate a couple of visitors, and today on the schedule, that's these two. Ashlee twice accurate. Not to be, but Matt Taylor. With a spare back-to-back. Breton, same footed bowler, left-handed, left-footed. 5 pins gonna wiggle, 3 pins gonna stay put. Matt Taylor, oh, spread eagle on the spare. He carried an extra pin, which you'll be happy to see when he turns around. Still a good half working. Breton, oh, again, accurate. A lot of time, that's twice now at least, where she's had 2 object pins and doesn't carry it. That's spinning well on the eagle. Ashlee ends up with 9. So a spare 7 leads to a 52 half. Taylor pins out. That's very well done against the eagle. Flipped her otherwise. 57 half. So it brings up the respective home bowlers in each of these matches. Ryan Preus and Dan Castle. How we doing? Hello, Alan. Good morning. Ryan Preus is 4 down on the first one. This is Dan Castle, fellow Candlepin Bowling Network streamer. 4 pins down. Candlepin Bowling Network is on Facebook and YouTube, bringing you all the greats of Candlepin Bowling and following the sport wherever we can. Preus gets a 9. And a 7. Preus, as you can see, has an older style ACST shirt with the arch to name. That's from the original years of the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour, back when Frank DeLuca and Mike Machichi started the league in 2018. Unlucky to get on the head pin full, and no luckier with the pin drop, although 2-4-7-9 could help out. Everyone does a lot of their bowling here at Ryan's. Oh! 9 pin is still wiggling. He's leaning as much as the pin is right. Dan Castle back in there. He taps the 8 pin. Throws up his hands as to say, well, what in the world do I have to do? Nine again. For Ryan. Castle for 10. Preus with an 8 drop. Get my bearings here a second. That's better. Ryan Preus spare. Castle still with a 3-4-6. Just getting 2 pins here on the third ball is the essential part here. And he's a very sound bowler. Very rational, calm demeanor, Dan Castle, an accountant's by day. Checks out. Ryan Preus is a recruiter by day. He takes out the left side triangle and gets 3 on the spare. Castle. Left to right ball, that's going to carry pins. 1, 3, yep, still 10 standing. Preus, oh no, that's the worst. Not far off the head pin, but chiseled right through, and now it's going to be tricky to get this out. Slicing in the 1-2 pocket will do some good. Here comes that third ball. Yeah, unfortunately it's 5. Matt Taylor taking advantage of pinning early. Castle pins out for 9. Oh, sends the head pin to the side. Dan Castle's got an interesting one. 4-6 with wood in front. Would really have to cash that wood all the way on the tip, or send it on the right side. Had a potential to go. Good 10 for Ryan. Doesn't get deflected by the wood. That's a 46.5. For Dan Castle, we'll check the scores here. 52-46 is confirmed for Breton and Preus, and 57-43 is confirmed for Taylor Castle. That's in the respective matches. This is the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour live from Ryan Family Amusements in Millis, Massachusetts. My name is Greg Gouillart. Pleasure to have you alongside. ACST stream is being handled by Micah Imperato today in parallel. Taylor's got the 4 horsemen. No, he doesn't. 1-3-6. Ashlee Breton, who goes to college somewhere west of Boston, if her Ripping the Rack interview is to be believed. Everything except the head pin. Nine and 10. Both of these two missed the head pin in their matches, but Taylor's got a 7-pin cluster. This goes frequently enough. He's got that powerful ball where if it's on target, it can do some damage. 7-pin has the wood stop right in front. Brennan's ball unlucky to deflect away. 2-4, 8 and 10. Unfortunate. Taylor 10. Nice recovery after that first ball. Breton pins on every ball. That's 8. Taylor will tip that 9-pin and back. Significant because now he's left with the 1-3. Ashlee Breton has the 3 and the 9. 9-pin wiggling. Okay. And it does go to spare. There's 10. So Ashlee Breton with her second spare. Ryan Preus already has the one, but didn't follow it up well. But still, 2 more would do it. Matt Taylor crushes them all. That's a strike. Breton also digs in. I thought that was a pocket shot as I tried to look up. No such fortune. That wood is still oscillating back and forth. And sends the wood left or right. My goodness, a little more velocity. It could have made that. 4, 8, 9, and 10. So 6 fill on the spare, 10 in the box. That's very well pinned. 96. Taylor still has the second ball coming up. Ashlee Breton, right across the C-class matchup. Matt Taylor and Dan Castle, the D-class matchup. Second ball on this strike, Taylor. Nice count on that, no mark, but a 9. And he's working a very good string. Ashlee has crossed triple digits. Taylor, all right, 9. 114. And a 10. 106. 2 spares and a strike for Matt Taylor, or 2 spares for Ashlee Breton. Now onto the home ballers to try and run it down. Preus will definitely need 2 marks. Castle went markless in his first half. Might need 3. Dan Castle's feeling the effects of a healthy regiment of bowling here. He bowls in 2 leagues here at Ryan's on both Wednesday night and Friday nights. Ryan Preus, triangle 4. And that included last night for Dan, so he's feeling the effects of this. And I always say how Candlepin doesn't get easier as you go, as the strings go on. Dan is known to be resilient. He'll need to show it here. Preus unlucky on triangle 4. Rang the 7-pin. Not the break he wanted in that match. That's a 6. And Preus 9. reinforcement in the 10 pin. The outpost, 1-2, 6-10 for Preus. Castle just a smidge off to the side. Preus chops through. So no marks there either. Pins are going to be important to make sure he maintains that 2-mark deficit. That's a nice 10 for Castle. The string is slipping away, but still a lot to play for in total as well. Preus hits 7. Preus could still do this, but he needs 2 marks. And good pitting. Castle drops 5, leaves 5. Take a nickel, leave a nickel? No, that's not how those things work. 3-4 for Preus. Unfortunate break at a time like this. Hello, Ronald. Good morning. 1-8. Preus could use a shot like this, but he hit the cap of the wood head on and just drove it straight back into the pit. 2 match points for each string one, and 4 match points for total. 5-string format. And it's these match points that determine the regular season standings. Ah, there's the pins. That's a nice 10. Plenty of time for that extra stick to make a difference. Castle's got 1, 2, 3, 6. Ryan Preus, oh, big ball! 5 pins gonna get wiggled. Oh, that 10th pin doesn't seem to want to fall for our bowlers. Castle now very much in the miracle zone. Oh, Ryan Preus lets that get away, unfortunately. He knows how significant that was because now he's in the miracle zone as well. So this string is decided, but 4 more still to come. Total mitigation, absolutely important. Dan gets 9. Pretty rude morning wake-up alarm to have a 114 thrown in your face, huh? What a great string by Matt Taylor. Breton's 106 will stand up, and that will win the first 2 match points as well. Ryan's missed some breaks to be sure. Wow, 3-9. Taken out, but not the 7 for Castle. Preus right through the void. Castle starts with an 85 string, 29 pin deficit. Ryan wants a pin to roll. All right, will those sticks matter later? He loses string 1, but some important pins on the 3rd ball, and we'll see if that makes a difference. We'll put the match points on screen. Two match points apiece. Again, this is Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. Hello to everyone wherever you may be watching. My name is Greg Gouillart. Candlepin Bowling Network is on Facebook and YouTube. To always be in the know about all our great Candlepin content, please log on to Facebook and like and follow, or subscribe to YouTube by hitting the subscribe button there. Either way, we greatly appreciate your support just by watching. Thanks so much. Breton is a split, trying to 4 in the 10 pin. Taylor, those pins are still mixing. He got a break. On the head pin, mind you. Oh, there it goes. Triangle 4 and the 10-pin. Breton takes it out. Taylor off the wood gets the spare as well in his match. Matches are not head-to-head, I stress. Breton spare is 4. Matt Taylor wiggling 10. That's 6. That did benefit from a few fortunate leaves off the head pin as well to get to that 115, but you got to take advantage of your breaks in this game. Breton's got the wooden back. That's 9. Nice. Out there. Great smile out of Matt Taylor. He's got a nice little lift to that delivery. Very much a slingshot delivery Matt Taylor does. Zing. And when it gets on the pocket, that actually crossed over in his left to right ball. But it can do damage, and that 410 leave isn't too bad either. Breton's got a bit of a minefield to deal with. Minefield, I suppose? 5-pin. Yes! I'm trying to figure out how the 5-pin went out of that. Maybe a ball deflection took it, but that great spare. Taylor sends the wood, and he's got a spare in his match. 2 great split conversions by the youngsters. Ashlee Breton. 9 drop on the spare. Taylor, he's going to get a mix. Still, they mix. That's 6 because the 8-pin drops out and back. Breton's got wood in front. Have to be a little careful because it wasn't right next to the wood. It's so harsh when it's up against the lip of the plate. Taylor runs it down nice and easy. Back to back. Honest to goodness, folks, this is Class C&D. You wouldn't know it by looking. Breton. 3-6. Oh, what a mix. 1-2-4. Taylor head pin gets 6. That's 6 on every single one of his fills so far. Breton can't catch. Despite her opponent Ryan in the spirit of sportsmanship, rooting her on nonetheless. Nothing like the sportsmanship in this game, honestly. We're not the only sportsmanlike sport, mind you, but the way the bowlers really pick each other up. Maybe a byproduct of the smaller community, but it's really heartwarming to see. 60 half for Ashlee, 66 half for Matt Taylor. And now Ryan's joking, excuse me, are you in the wrong class? Preus. Head pin taken, 8-pin. 4-7 stands. Dan Castle, well, that's the leave Dan Castle hates so much. 5-6-10 with wood lying in front. It's that crooked piece of wood that just really doesn't do a whole lot of good a lot of the time. Preus is going to send the wood on the right side because he saw how perilously placed it was. That 4-pin's going to tip but not take the 7. And that's the problem with the Dan Castle leave, as it were. The wood just plops straight back. When that head pin buzzes the 3-pin, it just tips it over. There's just not a whole lot you can do. That's a quality 10 for Ryan. Nine is fine for Dan. Though he will need some marks to catch up to Matt Taylor, who was throwing an absolute blinder to start. This is week 2 of an 18-week regular season schedule here on the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. The first 3, including this and the last 3, are divisional rivalries. These match points you see are going towards the regular season, and Ryan Preus gets a spare on the 4 horsemen. And each division winner, much like the NFL, is 4 divisions of 4 in each conference. So 32 teams per conference, C and D in this case, also B and A higher up. Dan catches a pin. That'll be 6, I'm afraid. Each divisional winner and 4 wild cards will make it through to an 8-player single elimination bracket. Big hit, Ryan Preus. 5-pin will tip, but not drop. Great start to the string for Ryan. Just the response he needed to that 60 half. Has to get this. Wood to the left side, wants to avoid a ball deflection. He's probably a little cross he didn't get on the left side of that wood, but with that right to left ball, it's difficult for him, comparatively speaking. That wood wasn't frozen to the pin for Dan, so that won't go. 9. So it's a byproduct of having 4 divisional winners and 4 wild cards. It does mean that an entire division of 4 can make it through to the playoffs. Were that not the case, we would not have Jeff Little as our reigning C-Class champion. He will not strictly defend this because he has been upgraded to B-Class this year. To the delight of Michael Fabrizio Smith, who he took out in the final. He's having a great start to the regular season, though, albeit a small sample size. All right, pins essential for the 2 of them. Dan's actually got a lot of pins, so he's basically got the out in effect. Ryan needs to dial in on this half-wister. Oh, but he's in the void again, I'm afraid to say. It can happen to absolutely anyone. The expanse calls your name, and it's impossible to avoid the siren song in that case. 10 for Dan Castle. So has Sadak, to be sure. He'll basically, after the 19 box he had in the second, he's basically set himself back. But if this 5-pin tips and the 4 does too, and the 7-pin does, that's a great way to get right back in the string. Consider that Ashlee only had 4 on that first spare, so there is that mitigating factor. So realistically, Ryan is right in this string. Disappointed as he may be with that, too. This would be quite a split conversion for Dan. He went straight for the pins instead. The pin is all the way out on the edge of the plate and frozen against the edge. If he can hit this straight on, and I do mean the middle stripe of those 3, it should send straight back. Oh, he actually got a spin on it. Actually did better than expected. Wow. 4 boxes and 9 are better for Dan Castle, so good pinning. Scores are confirmed as you see them here. Ryan Preus right in his string. But now the 2 kids with the 60 halves. Taylor. Good mix. That's 8. They'll be pleased with that. Breton almost dials in. Got the Caleri lead. 1-3-6-8-10, named after Bob Caleri. Out of Lexington, if I recall. I grew up in Concord. No head pins either side, so we'll look for the out. But they are getting pins. 9s are fine, 10s are better. That's another one. Taylor mixes away. Not as good a mix this time. 1-3-5-6-8. Ashlee's got 4 horsemen and an 8-pin hiding back there as well, though the wood in the middle might simplify the shot. Taylor's wood seemed further back. It did not carry everything. I was wondering if it needed a solution for the 3-6. So the wood did help. Taylor out for 10. Nothing worse than 9. Breton gets 8. So now Ryan Preus might actually have initiative here with a good strike fill. Half Worcester Taylor. Ashlee still has 3 boxes left with which to get this started. She has the diamond, the 4, and 7. Taylor needs an out. This is a trickier configuration to pin out. Ashlee sends wood left to right, but unfortunately the wood hit the sidewall shallow and just sent left to right. Not to be. An audible no can be heard from Matt as he lets that ball go. Now then, it might have the thinnest of hits. This is a 3, 4, 7, 8, 10. So he threw that ball right to left. I don't think it was a crossover hit, but it certainly behaved like it was. Third balls for each. Taylor 8. So he crosses triple digits in frame 9. And Breton gets 9. Pins on every ball. And Ashlee's the favorite to go again over 100. That's unhappy, though. He might be a little happier if this head pin goes. No, the 3 went instead. Well, pins are pins, but he'll probably have wished he dropped a different one. Ashlee gets a break. 1, 2, 4. Could use this. I think Ryan's a heavy favorite otherwise. No. Betrayed by the wood. It was a scorpion tail kick when she didn't want it. That ends up with 9. That's 110. Ashlee, hey, that's 103. Look at those 2 string totals. 104.5 average for Breton. 112 average for Matt Taylor. C&D class. This is why we watch every match and every string. And if you like what you're watching, please like and follow on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. Oh, well, if you like what you're watching, why not hit the like button? It's just the thumbs up button on whatever platform you may be watching on. Great to have you along, especially if you're watching live on this Saturday morning at Ryan Family Amusements in Millis, Massachusetts. And in just a moment, the Pro Series coverage will be beginning here, also on Candlepin Bowling Network. .610, big break for Ryan. Yes, gets it. Spare on strike. Oops. There we go. Referee's blowing the whistle. Castle gets 10. This is heartening to see from Castle. He's not like starting with that 85 string, but now he had that 6 box mixed in there, but he's getting 9s and 10s since. Castle, ooh. Wrong side of the pocket, I suppose. Brooklyn hit. Preus, 5, 10, nickel and dime. If that wood turns, no, that's just going to roll all the way off. That's going far too fast for his own good. Well, but then it suddenly slowed up. Surprise, surprise. Let's see. Oh, he sent it over. What a great split conversion. 8 fill and a spare. Castle gets 7. So now Preus the prohibitive favorite in this second string, likely to tie the match on match points. Castle gets the check mark, that's 6. Now this will be a wood clearance shot here from Preus. He's turned the computer off so he can get the pin, so. As always, I advise bowlers that if they need expert throwing gutter balls, I'm your man. Nobody throws a better gutter ball than Greg Gouillart. 88 in a ball after 2 triple-digit starts for Ashlee Breton. Preus now actually has a chance to fill for the lead in the match. Didn't like where he placed it, but he's got a great break off it. 8. Fills of 8 or better at each of his 4 marks. And now it is the mathematical winner. Not to be for Dan. 1-3, just wide. Breton, again, in the same encouragement as before, says, shake it off, and Ryan says, I know. This game is a way of humbling you in a hurry. But despite that, a lot to be proud of in this string. Ryan Preus, 25 over. Dan Castle, our colleague at Candlepin Bowling Network, dropped the 2 and 4. 7 got tapped 2, but it won't drop. Pins don't fall that easy. Whoopsie daisy, lemon drop. Candlepins for Cancer is an event coming up October 8th and October 14th. That Sunday and Saturday in October on that same week. That'll all be on Candlepin Bowling Network. They won't be the proper stepladder shows per se, but great events out of there. Castle gets 9. Preus unhappy with that 8, but the string is 1. Just a question of total. You see how close it is to the box still to go. If he only gets 10, this will be a very tight matchup through the first 2 strings. And trying to stay limber and loose after extensive bowling. He bowls in 5-string leagues on each of those. That's, oh, Preus. He already had a good string going, and then he just laid a cherry on top. Mercy. 123 plus a bunch. That doesn't catch for Dan Castle. Couldn't help but say catch the same way Brian did. It's a little easier to encourage each other when you're going well. And why not? Spread the positivity around. It's tough to come by in this game. That's a great 10, speaking of. So Castle again stuck in the 80s. 3 strings. If the tide reverses, he wins the match instead. We have seen this turnaround even from 6-0 down in match points. It can absolutely happen. Preus, that's his first ball on the strike. Second one, that's wayward. He probably wanted to play a safety shot, but leaned too much into that conservative approach. Nonetheless, 7 gets 130. Let's take a look here. Full scoreboards? Okay.
At least I'm getting
Current match statistics: 4 marks to 6 in Ryan Preus's favor, and 6 marks to 0 for Matt Taylor. Breton, will that 7 go? Yes. Chance to get it started. 1-3-6-9 for Matt Taylor. Breton gets it. Yes, scorpion tail kick will take it. And the pin snaps forward like that. 9 for Taylor. Hello, Taban. Nice to see you. I wonder if you live in 9-pin country or if you're too far north of that. I know it's a European game, but... Or I can only see it closer to Czechia, for example. Countries further down. The 6 fill for Ashlee on the spare. 1, 3, 5, and 6. That's on target, and it all goes as one, back to back. Taylor, oh, the 8-pin. Does very well to send it into the outpost. That darn inner pin makes that leave so difficult. That's 9. Another, no. Pained. Back-to-back 9, still plenty of time. Breton. Not living right on the corner anymore, I'm afraid. Half Worcester. Now it's to pin it out. These pins continue to mix for Taylor, and he's right back on schedule. And these mix, but it's this sleeve. The 1, 4, 6, 7, 10. It's a pretty sight when the head pin can be cut one way or the other. Conservative approaches are available, but she goes aggressive, and what a great out that is. The perfect third ball. That so easily could have been 6, but she saved it and maintains a 38 string. With that newfound confidence, and now a spare leave, arguably, in triangle 6. This is a strike fill for Matt Taylor. 1, 3, 7, and 10. Breton. Crossed over maybe with her left to right break for the lefty. The strike fill is 8 for Matt. Third ball. Stays on the lane, yes. 9th pin. And an 8. Breton has an 8 box, excuse me. Should be correct now. Oh, Matt Taylor. Imagine if those were consecutive. That one went down quicker than the last one. Breton spares. And we go straight into the home bowler's halves with momentum on the young side. 56 and a ball. 54 and 2 for Matt Taylor. Dan muttering to himself, I need my first mark, I need my first mark. You just need one. That's the all you can control right now is getting that first mark. Preus did very well to dump a 130. After Breton's second triple digit, of course. Ashlee's on course for triple digits again. That drops in the channel, I'm afraid. First ball down for Dan Castle. Preus, 2-4-10. He has that behind the back delivery. He didn't quite get it all the way in front of his body. That's how it almost could have gone. 9 is fine. Oh, 6 drops into 10. And let's see. They will credit that it's a 10. The sweeper arm came down, but it's going to be credited. As long as the pin was knocked down before the sweeper's arm came in motion, that's the rule. Gassel. 8 Candlepin is hiding back there among the outpost pins. Preus has that darn inner pin. Makes this difficult. Well, it's good to get the sticks and back. There is a pinwheel, a little Beyblade back there, but it's not runs enough to take the head pin. Gazel. What a target. So that's 10. Well pinned, but facing 3 marks is Ryan. Breton defending well. Again, Castle taking pins. He's laying the foundation. Although it is now 8 marks to nothing. If Matt Taylor doesn't slow down, this could be a fairly predictable trajectory here. Preus, 8 pin tips, 7 does not. That's the break he needed. Gassel. 1, 3, 6, 8. Preus. Got it! Good response. So Ashlee still has initiative, but Ryan still with a couple of boxes. Dan frustrated with that drop on the lane. Three pin chips out. That's 7. I got Duncan McDougal, also the Atlantic Candlepin single store, watching outside. Did you never see all those Beyblade commercials as a kid? I certainly did. Too much watching Nickelodeon. Sorry, Mom. Check mark left side for Preus. Castle, 1, 3, 6. 6 drop. 35 through 3. A little frustrated, but they're going to mix left to right. Right to left, excuse me. I can tell the difference. Castle, 1, 3, 6. On the pocket! On the board! There's 10. Remember, these matches are not head-to-head. They are compared as you see them on your screen. Breton versus Preus in Class C. Matt Taylor versus Dan Castle in Class D. Preus smashed one of Breton's 3 marks. Of course, Breton hit a half whistle on one, so it's an effective 2 mark. 2 marks to 1, I would say, at this point. This is still going to mix, I thought, but the wood stopped short on the diamond. 6 for Castle, 42 through 4. 1 in 4 chance to make this diamond per Bob Lee's statistics. Candlepin Bowling Network. Preus falls to his knees, begging that 7 pin to drop. It just doesn't. Castle just wide of the object. That's 9. Castle takes 10. And a 52 half. So it's a basically 1 mark gap in each of these 2 matches. Still all to play for. That's going to force all these bowlers to pin every step of the way. Again, my name is Greg Gouillart for Candlepin Bowling Network, live from Ryan Family Amusements in Millis, Massachusetts. All 4 bowlers do their home bowling here, but Dan Castle and Ryan Preus are the designated home bowlers as scheduled. Breton crossed over, I suppose. My theory is crossovers leave kings. And whatever else, I suppose. Taylor liked it. Breton's only play, so you leverage that wood. He had a great try earlier on a 4, 8, 9, and 10 that got 3 out of 4. So 9 on the strike for Taylor. That was a great comeback ball. And Breton's disappointing 5. Turns to 9 boxes for each of them in their respective matches. Taylor takes out 4. 4 horsemen, 9 and 10. Breton, 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. 7 marks apiece in the Breton-Preus match. You can see why it's close. Not on a spare. Didn't take the smudges down, sorry. Third ball's apiece. Taylor collects 1, that's 9. Hasn't found a 10 box yet, but the 10 box, the 2 strikes are really helping out. Breton gets 8. 3 spares and a 10. Taylor, those mixed. And 2-7 with seemingly nice wood, unless that front piece of wood could possibly set him up for doom. Breton, yes, the 4 gets kicked out from behind. And Breton's first strike of the day. Wrong pin for Matt. Maybe got worried about how that front wood would deflect and got scared off the shot altogether. He only has 1 play now, and it's straight on the red line. Might that have gone left to take the pin? We'll never know. It's well pinned in any event for 10. Well, we might not be sure anyway. Seven. Four horsemen, 7 and 8. Wood nestles behind the 1 and 3. That could possibly allow it to cover those 2 side pins. Taylor, 2 and 10. Breton does the wood cover it. Oh, that darn inner pin. Redux. Taylor wants to pin. He's pinned. He did get a 10 in that last box. Now an 8. 9 fill in the strike, so that was 97 through 8. 10 box. Tough to follow both matches, I apologize. Taylor strike, his 3rd of the string. If only any of them were consecutive, he's unlucky in that regard. But like I said, he's got that working ball. If he dials into the head pin, destruction tends to follow. Breton sends it off the wood. Great shot. For a spare on the end, and she's got a... And Breton could go 120. Filling for that. Taylor wants another now. No, he'll not get a consecutive strike in this string. Breton. For the 120, that's good enough. 122. Taylor still filling the strike. It's 9. 118.
22 in the bird. I love that one.
Honest to goodness, folks, this is Class C&D. Preus would require at least 2 big marks, possibly 3 marks would probably be the safer bet. Dan Castle is in this match. He's had his best half so far.
That's fair.
He similarly would require 2 marks with big count, strike spare for example, or 3 marks to a smaller degree. He could possibly do this. 1, 3, 9, and 10. Preus, head pin, 2 full. I believe the 9 pin is hiding as well. It is, just 3. Castle, head pin, wood carries. 9 pin wiggles. Just ran out of steam on that 23-mile-an-hour delivery. Spread eagle. Look at this. Preus darn near took it. The wood fell just behind the 3. Nine for Dan. And well pinned by Ryan. 64 through 6. Scores are confirmed as you see them, 122-64. Both gentlemen need marks. Neither has a particularly good leave to do so, but they are gettable. It's the 1, 2, 5, 8, and 9 for Dan Castle, and you saw the half Worcester from Ryan Preus. Preus. 1, 4, 7. Both need pins now. There's still 4 pins hiding in that cluster. Dan Castle does not want these to get away. Not after the momentum he's built. But unfortunately hits the curtain, and that's 6. It over curled. 8 box for Preus. So here we are. Suddenly we're in 3 boxes, and I said they needed 3 marks to be comfortable. Now's the moment. Preus does strictly need 3 marks at this point. In fact, they both do, in fact, so these are must-make marks, or else this string is all over. Unfortunately, Dan Castle does not have a feasible leave to do that. So that will do it. Matt Taylor wins string number 3. Preus doesn't get it either. He can actually tie this match if he gets a 10. 10. I am, of course, overlooking the possibility of double strikes as well. Ryan can still get 2 marks in something like strike, spare, strike. Actually, it needs 3 marks, including a perfect fill in the 10th. Castle needs a double strike for this string. He didn't need it strictly now, of course, but he does need this mark. If nothing else, it would be great for total mitigation. Lemon drop for Preus. Castle. Just wide on the 6 pin. And still important here, still 2 strings to go. Breton and Preus, a very close match, so these sticks could easily matter. Castle surprised not to collect a 10 on that. We thought that wood was connected. Instead, the low part of the wood just spun out. That's 10. As defending B-Class champion Dan Esdale goes for a morning jog. He's, of course, employed here at Ryan Family Amusements. As are Ashlee and Matt. Jester Cove's favorite, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Preus. He's got that zigzag. Now, we've seen this sleeve go, although there's wood. I don't know if that wood will cover the 7. He'll have to figure out a way to do this. Castle. Oh, it's pretty when it goes. That cluster of 4 was nice. The string is officially done and dusted. Still 2 more to go. All to play for. Matt Taylor having an incredible start to the day. Preus not happy, but the wood is still available for 10. Castle's got a shot at 10, but that's thrown away. It's 8 and a 92 straight. Preus has the wood wire. That's 10. 102. Let's take a look-see, folks. Look at all those triple-figure numbers in the C-class matchup. Of course, Ryan's play is fast, but these, you have to be good to take advantage of that. Ashlee Breton with a 122 takes the match points in string number 3. Matt Taylor, who has done nothing worse than 110, takes the match points there.
It's got to be about the worst triple I've thrown in a long time. Oh, a long ways to go. I know.
Dan despondent, but on the other hand, Matt Taylor is also having a banner day so far. And still 2 strings with which to claw back match points. Every ball, every pin. Taylor still keeping up on his current pace. That's a check mark. Ashlee Breton, 1, 2, 4, and 5. Didn't catch the head pin on the way by. Would have been on the crossover side. Hard to say if it would have taken. Taylor. Oh, that's on target again. Taylor. On fire. That's a nice out for Breton. That's 10. 6 turns into 10. Bob Lee, I'm no extrovert, but my mind is busy. There's a lot of excitement to see here in these matches. Ashlee darn near trying to kick a pin down. This is live on Candlepin Bowling Network in living color. I'm sorry, Bob, I couldn't resist. Live on Facebook and YouTube. Stay tuned to later today, starting 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m., all times Eastern. We will have coverage of the Candlepin Pros Series first event of the year. A rotating series of events, very different formats. Doubles KO. Looking forward to covering that. 5-string qualifier will start and then followed by said knockout round. Breton couldn't get that cluster, so not a good box. Second, Taylor pins out for 9 after that 6 fill. Diamond and 10. Taylor actually chipped out 3, not quite a half Worcester. Diamond, yes it goes! Breton's confused how, but it sure did. Send the ball left to right. Taylor. Again, a good save on the half Worcester. I believe that's at least the second or possibly third time he's done that, where he's just gotten great action as soon as he dials in on the head pin. And it gives him an opportunity to pin out well again. Adverse wood slightly, and it does deflect everything away. It's even unluckier than I thought it would be. I thought he would get 9 out of that. Instead, it's 8. Current statistics. Live totals 10 marks to 7 in Ashlee Breton's favor. And again, this puzzling situation. I thought she hit her pocket even. I guess in the pin's opinion, it was a bit too thin. Wood, send it. You know, that wasn't bad action at all. How the 10 pin was the one standing is a mystery. On 2. And bad wood in front. Nice dodge on that. That's a 10. Such a close match, that might matter. Taylor gets 10. He's pinning well. Losing less than a pin per box to start. 10 marks to 7 for Breton. Pinning is within 2, slightly in Ashlee's favor. To the point of it being so close. 10 marks to 1 in Matt Taylor's favor. He's having a great series so far. Marred a bit by that crossover hit. 4, 7, 9, and 10. And I just noticed we need to light these up. Now you see it on screen, folks. 43 and 41. I swear I saw that before I saw the comment. Sorry about that. Second ball. Taylor's going to have to deflect it crazy off the wood to get this. Just flies in between. Now Breton gets up with 4. Taylor into the lane. So Breton got the spare 6, but pin's got away there, and now Ryan Preus basically has the opportunity to start building some profit of his own. Preus tips pins. Center diamond, 4 and 7. Dan Castle with one of his strongest head pin hits, 6 and 9. Preus digs right back in and gets it. Nice rebound. Castle. Oh, Wood didn't cover the 9. Unbelievable. Perhaps it was a double piece of wood and they just spun off of each other. That's 10. It's only a momentum killer if you let it be. Close match, Preus and Breton. Brian Preus will take initiative if he feels well here. And pins out as well. Pinning is starting to become a question in that match. Yes, he did count. He missed the head pin, but it's going to tip a lot of them. That's 9. Huge momentum swing in that match. He needs a 10 pin for another. Toughest one. He wants to swing out all the way to the left. He lands in the channel instead. The pin remains so he can pin out for 10. Castle. Not the pins he wanted to take out. He'll have to pin very well now. Ah, there it is. So that match remains close. Castle escapes again. He's got 9. That's better. The 4-pin didn't sit down for Dan, so he'll re-rack. Preus takes initiative here. Now he needs to pin it out to maintain that lead. Another mark would obviously be a little cozier. Preus, one of the OG members of the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour, as you can tell by the back of his shirt, if you're paying attention to the name design. And remember, Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour also has a YouTube channel. Of course, this is streaming live on Facebook. Mike Imperato is controlling that stream. But also, YouTube has a great archive of matches from this season, but also seasons past, dating all the way back to the inception of the league with Frank DeLuca and Mike Machici. Check that out. It's on YouTube, Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. Castle on the headpin, but too full. So effectively, a backwards order of spread eagle balls, so he could still pin out. Preus's 9 never got the headpin. But gets pins nonetheless. Castle. Nope, dropped out. Ball in the channel stays in the channel, so that'll be 6. Same spirit of sportsmanship of Candlepin. You call your own fouls. You saw that wave off motion. I promise, folks, it's not just because of the cameras. There's always great integrity in the game wherever you go. Four Horsemen 7 and 8, wherever that may be in New England and Eastern Canada, where we call this bowl. 3 and 2. Preus unhappy not to get better contact out of that 2-pin. All right, pins becoming a question. Preus needs pins. He's got 8. That's a great out to keep him in this match. He still maintains initiative, in fact. Had he found the curtain Breton would have. Castle takes 6. I'm assuming, I think that's fair considering the way these C and D class bowlers have been bowling extraordinarily well. I'm assuming that they'll get 10 a box when I say they have initiative. So if for the rest of the match they bowled 10s every step of the way, Ryan Preus would win by 2 pins, for example. Preus 6-1. Oh, question of pins again. He has a more intact cluster of 5. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8. Dan Castle. He needs an out too in his respective match. Matches are not head-to-head. These are the two designated home bowlers. Even though all bowlers bowl out of Ryan Family Amusements in Millis, Massachusetts, right here. Preus gets 7. So actually he has dropped enough pins that technically Breton is on course to take the match. Castle gets a great out, that's 8. 39.5. So, 1-pin match for Ashlee and Ryan. Taylor goes to 51.5. Starts off with 3 pins punched out. Breton again with another befuddling leave on the head pin. This time it's the 3-7-10. Nice, exclaims Matt as he sarcastically, of course, lets that go. Well, nice pinning by Ashlee. Chance for 10. That's happened a few times. Remember that 4-7-8-10? 4-8-9-10 rather? Almost had it. Tough for a lefty to grab that 7 pin. That'll be 9. Taylor grabs 7. Dave Chestercove's favorite again. And that's fair to say, considering New England Candlepins has been filming again here at Ryan Family Amusements. So as soon as Franklin TV get to post-production, you'll see that on YouTube. I believe it's Ryan's Millis is the name of the YouTube channel, but search New England Candlepins. All right, no spares here. Taylor gets 8. And Ashlee Breton 10. Great show, Present Cat. This features Richie Myrick, Dave Chestercove, and Jay Horrigan. Looking forward to seeing that back. And another series should be filming soon. That is actually on the same day. Strike for Breton. Right when she needed it, I think. Taylor trying to bounce back. He's had a few of those bounce back spares today, but this time the pins don't carry. Across all the Ryan Family Amusements locations, it's just a great place to take your family, of course. Ample candlepin lanes, 10-pin big ball lanes in some venues. Always with arcade machines. And even though in a moment it'll clear out for the Pro Series in a few hours' time, great family fun on this rainy day, just another rainy day in New England. Breton, this is still on the strike. Phil, that picks up more for 8. On the strike. Taylor gets 8. Ashlee can still go 9 here. That's definitely cooled off a bit. It does open the door for Dan Castle to swipe some match points away. Cluster of 6. He's got to get these pins now. Breton might be slowing down as well. Though it's... But if she pins well, she will force Preus to mark. That grabs 2 more sticks. It does force Preus to mark, but more count would force him to actually fill said mark adequately. No, that's 7 for Matt Taylor. That's 89. Oh, Dan Castle's last string was 92. That offers a chance. 8 box for Breton. She does not make 100 this time for only the first time in this match. Preus, of course, started with a 90 string, 9-0. Oh, So some intrigue here. Remember, we're playing for regular season match points. You see them at the top of your screen. Matt Taylor took the first 6. Ashlee Breton's taken 4 of 6 from Ryan Preus. Ryan's 130 looming large. Castle drops 7. Castle requires a mark. Theoretically, all 10s would tie the string. He'll probably want a mark to be cozy. Doesn't get it there. Preus connects! And he has a spare in each of his starting salvos, the first and 6th box. Gets off the chair and makes a spare. Rhyme unintentional. 9 for Castle. Dan now officially needs a mark to have a chance at match points. Remember, he bowls extensively here at Ryan's. He bowled Wednesday and Friday. He's feeling the effects of this, but if he can stay on the range, the release point is too far left, but he does have a spare leave. Preus. The fill is high! Strike on spare. Nope. I got a little too over-enthusiastic with my button mashing. Big turning point in the match as Ryan Preus decidedly now in front. Two respective matches in progress. Castle does not mark. Pins are essential here to make sure he doesn't need to fill too high later. He's got 9. Had a few 6s earlier that are holding him back. Matt Taylor left 17 pins standing though. Dan's only left 13. But with 3 boxes still to go. Castle's got the head pin. 7 will not drop, 5 will not drop, but the wood may align. We'll see. I think it's a little too horizontal. Preus. Crossed over. Crossover will not leave it will not leave the king. A double strike. It had been a close match every step of the way. Wood did not align for Castle on his leave. And suddenly Preus firmly in front, but not conclusively. 10 for Castle. He pins out well in his match. Well, well, well. Castle has 2 boxes left with which to get a mark. All right. First ball gets away. Hay bale and a 7-pin. Preus. Filling a double strike sends Wood wildly off the wall, and that's 5 on the first strike. That's will annotate this. Castle. Not on the head pin. He's got 1 box to go to get that all-important mark, and he needs to fill this well. He needs to get good count. That's all on the strike for Preus again. 9 on the second, and a 117 through 8. Castle pins out. That's 10. For Preus, 127. He already had a 130. Dan Castle's had a rough day today, but he still has a chance. These pins are possible. 1, 3, 5, 8, 9, 10. He needs it now, or Matt Taylor will take another string. Preus again with a big drop. What a string he's building. He's busted into 130s. Wood aligns nicely in front of the 4. First Castle. Must make. Head pin does not carry the 5 and 8, and Matt Taylor up 8-0 in the match. Preus connects with Wood. 137 plus. Castle collects 9, that's 86. Routes to Phil. Mixes big, 6s, 143. Mercy, people, let's take a look here. How about this? Ryan Preus by a bucket load takes string number 4. I'd recruit him, wouldn't you? Sorry, I couldn't resist. Matt Taylor hangs on in that 4th string. Up 8-0. String 5 underway. Just look at all these numbers. Breton, nope, doesn't make the spare. The wood did not connect. Taylor got the 3, not the 10. Got the group of 3, but not the 10. See the match marches as well, how big that double strike was for Ryan Preus, up 35 in the string. Taylor collects 10. Breton's thrown 122, it could challenge here. Pins are no guarantee. 2, 4, 8. That 8 pin is trying to tip over, but just won't for Matt Taylor. Ashlee Breton. 10 pin. Taylor spares. Nice saddle triangle collected. Breton needs sticks. Doesn't get them. That's 7. Apparently at a high 5 of 600 plus just 2 weeks ago here at Ryan's. We need a big string to get 600 again. 6 on the spare for Taylor, collected again. Breton's starting to lose the range on ball 3. That's 7 bucks, 23 through 3. Easy to get despondent after you get a double strike dumped on you. She's had 2 of her own. But Ryan Preus going crazy at string number 4. 1, 2, 10. Taylor only collects 2 on the spare, and you saw his immediate reaction. Signs of wearing patience, maybe? These strings do not get easier as we go. Just another reason why this is the toughest form of 10-pin bowling around. Just wide of the head pin. 1, 3, 7, 10 for Matt Taylor. Yes, it goes. The pins carry. 3rd spare for Matt Taylor. 56 in a ball. $39.5 for Ashlee. Castle Ryan Preus. Preus requires 135 for 600. He just had more than that, and he just got another strike. Castle lemon drops. Another mountain to climb for Dan. I believe Dan is also broadcasting other matches today. I may have misheard that, folks. I apologize. Remember, Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour matches can be caught on the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour page, including this one right now with Micah Imperato, and also when it's one of us streaming on Candlepin Bowling Network. Yes, that catches pins. That's 7. Preus on a strike. Crossed over this time. That's 6. Diamond left on the right side. Diamond left on the right side. Triangle 6 for Castle. Preus, no, that's right immediately. Early release. Remember, he goes from behind the back to deliver, so his hand swoops out from right to left over the lane. I've been here. Castle is 7, that's 24. Folks, I am pleased to say I have accepted the terms of service and I am back online. I apologize for the outage. Castle, oh, tipped the wood! Nothing went over to the 10. I didn't get disconnected, thank goodness. Castle gets the 10. He's happy about that. Setting the stage for his best string yet. Ryan takes out 3. Five pins taken out for Dan Castle. Preus, head pin gone. Well, don't rule out 600 yet. He's still cooking. Tenfield here would put him in great position to possibly pull off another 600. Referencing the one he had a couple weeks ago in league. Castle out for 8. Hanging in there, but needs another mark to compete with the third one that Matt Taylor's put up. Preus looked over and saw Dan Castle's pins drop over.
No boxing bowling.
I suppose some of the more dialed-in bowlers would really be able to look forward, but it is an object out in your peripheral vision as you're going to do the approach. I know there are a lot of bowlers who will find it very difficult to avoid the object in his rear view, and unfortunately, seems to have iced him. Preus gets 2 on the count. He's back on the head pin though, leaving the 4. So the specter of 600 still exists, but it seems much more distant now. 1, 2, 10 for Castle. And a 55 half for Ryan. Castle pins out, I thought, perfectly until that pin jumped the 10. That's a 9 and a 51 half. Scores are correct as you see them on your screen. We'll take one more look at where we stand to this point. Through 45 out of 50 boxes. There you are, folks. The match results pretty well decided. Strings anything but. Matt Taylor filling the spare, so now we know it's 6, and it's a 62 half. Another great count for Matt to begin. always attracts wholesome support from his friends and family whenever he bowls league. It's great to see. Kindness tends to attract kindness. Ashlee displeased as she gets 4 on the spread eagle. String is starting to slip away. You can still get some marks. Taylor on the headpin, doesn't carry. Breton got on the 1-3 side, got 6 at least. Taylor doesn't catch, unfortunately. That's 6. You can see just how significant that double strike was in shifting the momentum of the match. Breton was just in there, but Ryan Preus, juggernaut again. Delivering a big result. Taylor unfortunate to get a 7 on that. He chopped through the triangle. Breton can't get it to go with the wood. That's 8. When the marks aren't coming, there's just little they can do, and it seems as though there's a bit of learned helplessness all of a sudden. Big hit, Breton. That leaves the 10 pin. It ain't over till it's over. Taylor sends it through the 2 and 8 somehow. That was incredible. Spare. Breton on the board. Ryan Preus telling Breton, yes, you can get a triple. Just go for it. Oh, dear. So Ryan Preus, a prohibitive favorite to take all the match points here. A probable 10-4 victory. Taylor collects 6. That's 9 for 102. Unfortunately, 73. That's got her visibly upset in her own way, but still a lot of upside. 503. That could have so easily been higher as well. Remember, C-class bowling, supposedly. Dan Castle's got the Caleri leave. Castle requires 1 mark to catch. Taylor at 3 marks, but lost 12 pins in the process. Castle's lost 6 so far. Wants to get on this head pin, though. A few times where he's missed the head pin and then twice, and then left some dastardly configurations to pin out. Preus on target and through. Castle pins out very well. That's 10. 6 becomes 10. Very significant. He still needs that mark, but little more. He needs an 11 box at some point. Castle 6. Preus still with a chance at 600, but needs a bunch. This ball could do it! Strike on spare! The man is back on the mission. Castle spares. A big spare in his match. And a chance to grab some match points on the end. 2 match points for each string, 4 for total. Vital fill for Dan. He's been going up against Matt's terrific bowling all day long, but he may have the last laugh with an 8 fill. Dan, of course, does not laugh or smile, but no, I kid. He's actually a very kind gentleman. Diamond left side. That pin gets fouled away, so 9's the best on this box. Still a very great response. Preus, diamond. Oh, carries not the 4 pin. The strike is 9. Preus requires 2 more marks for a 600. That pin doesn't go either, so it'll be 8. Stick with the 8 from the first ball. And Ryan will stick with 9, 103. Dan Esdale can remain on camera as long as he wishes. Defending B-class champion. Only champion I haven't name dropped. Well, Mark Webber and Justin Waters from Maine and A divisions, respectively. Can't forget about Maine. Great people up there. Cancel 7. That is vital. Preus kept it on the lane. The wood carries sticks. So 600 is now improbable. Dan dials in, pins well again. That's 9. Box for Preus. Castle, oh, hasn't got it yet. 8-7 to win. Ryan Preus. 7 drop. Chance to go 590? Castle. 6 pins, that's a tie at the current moment. That takes 1 match point. Must connect 1 more time for another, otherwise it's 13-1. Preus, yes, off the wood, that goes. 122 plus. Castle. Yes, got it. 9 bucks gives him the 2nd match point. And a 12-2 victory for Matt Taylor. Preus on the end. How about more? How about 9? 131. And by my count, a 596 series. For 6 more match points for string 5 and total. Let's take a look, folks. I'm also going to confirm scores as best as I can. Give the bowlers a chance to do their paperwork and then make sure we have the right figures on screen. Meanwhile, for Candlepin Bowling Network, my name is Greg Gouillart. Thank you so much for watching this presentation of the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. Yep, scores confirmed as you see it, folks. 533, 457, 596, 503, and all match points are correct as you see. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.